Certain names resonate as legends, transcending the boundaries of sport to become cultural icons. Azumah Nelson is one such figure that inspired an entire nation in Ghana. Fondly dubbed the Professor, Nelson's boxing saga is a captivating narrative woven from humble beginnings, raw talent, perseverance, and an unsatiable quest for greatness. His ascent from modest origins to a three-time world champion stands as a powerful testament to the indomitable spirit of African athletes, illuminating a path for future generations. Azumah Nelson's transition from the amateur circuit to professional boxing was marked by a remarkable winning streak. Undefeated in his first 13 bouts, he stepped into the ring at Madison Square Garden in New York on short notice to challenge the legendary WBC featherweight champion, Salvador Sanchez, who boasted an impressive record of 43-1-1 with 32 knockouts. Despite the daunting odds, Nelson delivered a performance that was nothing short of spectacular. He fought with incredible heart, but as the rounds wore on, he struggled to keep pace, never having fought beyond the 10th round before. Sensing he was falling behind on the scorecards, he went for broke, but ultimately succumbed to a knockout in the 15th round. While the outcome was a loss, Nelson's resilience and determination captured the attention of the boxing world, showcasing the fierce competition Sanchez faced to secure his victory. The pivotal moment in Nelson's career arrived in 1984 when he achieved a historic victory by knocking out Wilfredo Gomez in the 11th round, seizing the WBC featherweight championship and solidifying his place in boxing. Nelson concluded his illustrious career as a two-weight world champion, having squared off against an array of champions, including Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, Jeff Finnich, Gabriel Ruelas, Genaro Hernandez, and Jesse James Leija. Through these epic battles, he solidified his name in boxing, firmly establishing himself as one of the top featherweights of all time. Azumah Nelson was a dynamic brawler boxer, a very aggressive fighter known for his remarkable speed, precision, and relentless tenacity that allowed him to bulldoze opponents. His adaptability was a terror inside the ring. With a bold and confident demeanor, he would fearlessly engage his opponents. If he didn't respect their powers or strength, he would confidently walk them down and gleefully chop them up. Nelson's greatest attributes was his exceptional durability and conditioning, which formed the cornerstone of his boxing style. These attributes allowed him to impose a grueling pace on his opponents, testing their hearts in the process. For those unprepared, the outcome often led to a ruthless pummeling. His strong chin complemented his durability perfectly, with his only stoppage occurring via technical knockout in his 13th fight against the legendary Salvador Sanchez. Nelson was a tank, always moving forward, and when he had his target in sight, the cannons were let loose.
He likes to accumulate. There's a right!
As a pressure fighter, he was brutally strong, a true hunter within the four corners, having mastered the art of closing the gap and engaging in fierce inside battles, where he would hammer his opponents with his power punches. His aggressive approach kept opponents on the back foot, forcing them into exchanges that he thrived on. This dynamic style enabled him to control the rhythm of the fight. Nelson was a big puncher. When he landed, his power and precision consistently moved and damaged opponents. Nelson's combinations thrived on his exceptional punch selection, which targeted both body and head, creating openings through brute force. His punches were the butcher's cleaver slicing meat, designed to instill fear and inflict pain on his opponents. It was all about breaking and overwhelming them through punishment.
Yeah, well, he's never been stopped now. Frequent. Also depends that
それでスタミナを蓄えて後半勝負と。
そういう形で左を使ってコントロールしますとポイントも取れますし。
そうですね。
Nelson was dynamic, demonstrating that he was capable of much more than just brawling. He was a fluid boxer as well, utilizing his movement and jab effectively. His quick, snapping jabs were centered on maintaining control and setting traps for power punches. His boxing style was dubbed the Dancing Destroyer because of his unique ability to combine graceful, fluid footwork with powerful and effective punching. His movement in the ring allowed him to evade opponents while positioning himself for devastating strikes. This blend of agility and strength made him a dynamic fighter, as he could dance around the ring, creating openings and deliver flush shots with precision.
I'm not an artist in the ring.
Most boxers tend to fall into one of two categories: front foot fighters who are aggressive, or back foot fighters who rely on counterpunching. However, Nelson transcended these limitations, showcasing his ability to excel in both styles, a rarity in the boxing world. He was a master of deception, employing his jabs and feints to throw off his opponent's timing. Rather than relying solely on brute strength, he outsmarted his rivals with technical finesse and clever tactics.
Give him the advantage, as it did in that first round knockdown.
This versatility was crucial, as he could adapt the strategy based on his opponent's style or the unfolding of the fight. A significant factor of the success was his exceptional footwork, particularly his lateral movement. By keeping his back off the ropes and forcing opponents to turn, he picked them apart from the outside, making it difficult for them to find a range of footing. This dynamic movement granted him superior positioning, allowing him to strike while remaining elusive. After all, you can't finish the hunt if you can't catch the rabbit.
幅が広いですから、
はいはい。
で勝負どころでパンチをまとめるという。
ギュッと
ビジャさんが左に入りました。
入りました。一発入りました。ちょっと後ろへ。
No boxer can go their entire career with only one stoppage without having a solid defense. Nelson was incredibly crafty, understanding the art of winning inside the ring. He was elusive and slick, often staying right in front of punchers and making them miss entirely. While he occasionally employed a cross guard, his primary defense relied on high guard that laid protection to his head. This allowed him to comfortably sit in the pocket, where his offense truly shined. His slickness stemmed from his agile hips. At 5'5" he could easily slip under his opponent's punches, leaving them swinging at nothing but air. This not only frustrated them, but also drained their stamina, as they had to recover without landing impactful blows. All of this contributed significantly to his ability to outwork and outlast his opponents.
Come out of here with dignity and with the style.
June 28th, and he just wants to shut everybody up.
The Professor was a formidable all-around fighter. Throughout his career, one constant stood out: his tenacity, defensive skills, output, and punch selection, not to mention his granite chin. He put up a serious challenge against Sanchez, an all-time great, despite having only 13 fights under his belt while Sanchez was in his prime. Aside from his bouts with Sanchez and a decision loss to Elijah Whitaker, who was himself among the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters of the 20th century, Nelson didn't taste defeat until after the age of 35. He decisively defeated Finnick and Gomez in their own backyards, solidifying his status as an all-time great. Without a doubt, he ranks among the top featherweights in boxing history.
To this point,